Uber people? You guys take Uber? I'm a train. I like taking the train because you can drink on the train. Did you know that? You can have a couple beers. Nobody cares. You know. Some people don't know. I was on the train with my friend. She was like, I didn't know you could drink on the train. I was like, people live on the train, so yeah, you can do. I mean, literally anything you want while you're on the train. The guy who gave me the beer, he lives on the train, so I'm just being polite while I'm in his living room. Okay, that's not illegal. That's manners. All right. Was there anybody living here when the blue line crashed into O'Hare Airport? Remember that? It was like 7 years ago. The guy driving the train, he forgot to stop. You gotta remember to stop. It's like half of driving the train. When you see the airport, boop, hit the stop button. You know, do not continue through the airport. And I was reading an article about it. They were like, nobody got killed, thank God. But they said it did like millions of dollars worth of damage. And they were like 2 weeks later, that guy got fired. Which I was like, yeah, that's a while. That is a good amount of time, isn't it? That means there was a 2-week period where he was like, maybe no one noticed. I might have got away with that. Anybody notice the big hole in the side of the airport? Yes. 2 weeks is too long. 2 weeks sounds like he got sick of the job and put in his 2-week notice. He's like, I'm not working here. They're building airports in the middle of the train tracks, okay? Nobody taught me how to go left, all right? Just straight. And he wasn't drunk somehow, you would think, you know. You crash a train into an airport. Substances might be involved, but he wasn't. People drink a lot in Chicago, in the Midwest in general. There was a guy running for mayor here in Chicago last election who had 2 DUIs. Yeah, crazy. I voted for him also. I did, because I like the confidence that it takes to rack up 2 DUIs and be like, yeah, I should probably run a city. That makes sense, guys. I can run a red light. I can run a city, all right? It is not that hard. They're like, when did you know you wanted to be mayor? He's like, well, I was drinking a vodka soda on the interstate, and I thought to myself, this city sucks. Did you know that if you get 3 DUIs, they take your license away for good? And I think if you find a way to get 4 DUIs, we should give it back to you. You know what I mean? Because you know what you're good at. Okay, sorry. No, that's too political. My bad. DUIs are bad. You shouldn't get them. I don't know very much about politics. I know, like, TMZ facts about politicians. I don't know any actual policy. Like Mike Pence, he was Trump's friend. What was he? There, he was vice, whatever he was. I remember, one fact I remember about him is the only thing I remember. He calls his wife mother. That's how Mike Pence addresses his wife. That's disgusting. That is gross. Normal people don't do shit like that. Right? Well, I do call my mom Mike Pence. That is one small thing I'll do every now and then. And she hates it because her name is Ted Cruz, so she is not a big fan of that. I'm like, sorry, Senator Mommy, my bad. That's no. My neighbor's one of these political dudes. I've actually never spoken to him, but he has all the signs on his front lawn. You know those guys? I know every stance this guy has on politics because of the signs. He's got a big sign on his front lawn that says, you want to know my stance on gun control? Why don't you break in and find out? She's like, all right. Holy shit. Nobody else in politics is really that intense, are they? Nobody's like, hey, you want to know my stance on abortion? Why don't you come fuck me and find out? That's not a sign. That's not a sign on anybody's front lawn, okay? The line around the block would be too long. That is not a civic-minded sign. All right. Silly. Just doing jokes here. I will go to a protest every now and then. I have to go with my very liberal-looking friends when I go to a protest because people will think I'm an undercover cop from time to time. From time to time, I mean every time I've gone to a protest. It wasn't immediately with my friends. I was at one a year ago, and a high school kid, thought I was an undercover cop. He came up to me and he called me white oppressor. I know. I was like, how does this kid know my Xbox Live name? How is that possible? I don't even know. That was a real... Get out of here.